Tonight, the plan to expand Townsville's Royal Flying Doctor Base.
A young man killed in a horrific smash.
The COVID-safe way to mark Remembrance Day.
And an enchanting encounter with a whale shark.
Across Townsville and North Queensland, this is 7 News with Brough and Joanne Gismond.
Good evening, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
The Labor Party has campaigned hard in the marginal seat of Townsville today, making two major announcements for health and jobs. But the LNP's candidate says half of the electorate has already voted, clearly demonstrating their want for change.
It was looking like the Scott Stewart show in Townsville today. The incumbent holds the seat by a marginal 0.4%, so he brought out the big guns with back-to-back announcements.
This election is incredibly close.
He was supported by Health Minister Stephen Miles and Transport Minister Mark Bailey, who almost forgot his colleague's name.
Clive. Don't do my Clive impersonation, that's for sure.
The first announcement promised $20 million to the Royal Flying Doctor Service.
What this will allow them to do is to build a new base here in Townsville.
But the commitment wasn't in Labor's costings that came out yesterday.
The Royal Flying Doctors cannot even land at Collinsville at night because Labor has failed to invest in the local airport.
The second was a 2-year $21 million commitment to buying 2 new freight boats to create maritime jobs at the Townsville port.
There are 8,000 direct and indirect jobs linked to this port. It is crucial for the north.
Keeping a lower profile today was Scott Stewart's closest rival, John Hathaway.
It just shows a sign of desperation that they're throwing out shiny nuggets for the electorate.
The LNP candidate for Townsville spent his day meeting voters at the West End polling booth.
As of yesterday, 50% of Townsville electorate has already pre-polled. That's showing that the electorate is moving hard and fast for change.
Georgia Costi, 7 News.
The forensic crash unit is investigating after a young man died when his car collided with a truck in Clement late yesterday afternoon. It's the 45th fatal accident in the northern region this year, prompting an urgent plea from our police.
Emergency crews were confronted with a grim scene on the Brough highway, a truck in a gully and a car a crumpled wreck.
The scene is one that is horrific. There's debris strewn across the road. The engine is 40 to 50 metres away from the vehicle.
The truck was heading south and the sedan was travelling north. Police say they collided at high speed, killing the male driver of the car.
We also have assistance here of State Emergency Services that are assisting with a drone which is taking images above the site to help retrace what happened prior to impact.
The truck driver, a 46-year-old Kerwin woman, was taken to Townsville University Hospital in a stable condition.
We've spoken to her. She provided us with some information prior to going to hospital as to what occurred from her point of view prior to the accident. That's been very helpful.
It's the 45th fatal crash in the northern region this year, bringing Queensland's road toll to 218.
37 more people have died this year than they did last year. Those are people who had families and loved ones who are now not with us anymore.
It's prompted another stern warning from police.
Drive within your limits. Remember the fatal 5. If you're tired, don't drive, don't use a phone, don't text, don't speed.
Yasmin Bonnell, 7 News.
A man mauled by a suspected bull shark off the coast of Lucinda has been able to speak to his elderly mother in Florida. Rick Batua, a retired US Navy dive master, was savaged by the shark while spearfishing off Hinchinbrook Island on Sunday. Surgeons say the 59-year-old will need several more operations but will keep his leg. His Australian wife and their children are at his bedside at Townsville Hospital.
Kennedy MP Bob Katter has unveiled a 3D model of the revised Bradfield scheme he says will provide water security for our farmers in North Queensland. Mr Katter says the LNP's current engineering plan for the dam falls short of original designer's vision.
He's best known for designing the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but engineer John Bradfield also developed the Bradfield scheme. It's a dam building irrigation project designed to drought-proof North Queensland. And although he died in 1943, the designer was there in spirit on the Strand today. There's been much debate about who will build the scheme. The LNP has made it one of their election promises. But Kennedy MP Bob Katter actually secured the original funding for the project in November 2018.
Now, where's the money coming from? I got the money. I had 9 days, I had the balance of power, and I got $48 million to do the engineering plan.
He's questioned the efficiency of the LNP's current engineering plan, which would see the dam built to 320 metres. Mr Katter says the crest height should be 400 metres.
They are building a little tiny dam that will irrigate a few farms here. That will not change the face of Australia.
And it seems the locals agree.
Don't restore the...
Have a go, mate. You're the only one who will. Katter's the only one that matters. Katter, the only one that matters.
But the LNP says it's time to simply get the project off the ground.
Whether or not schemes can be improved, that's a great debate for the future. But right now is not the time to debate my dam's bigger than your dam. We've just got to change the government and change the attitude and get on with building water infrastructure for the first time in a generation for Queensland.
Georgia Costi, 7 News.
A Townsville local has taken to social media sharing photos of dead freshwater turtles, snakes and fish that he found at freshwater lakes in Adalia. Jake Goldring's shock discovery has prompted Townsville City Council officers to test the water quality. Council is advising residents to steer clear of the water and to report any dead animals rather than remove them so they can be tested.
Our Townsville Hospital researchers are looking into the way Queensland Health treats injured divers. They're hoping their study will help streamline recovery and the time it takes for divers to get medical care.
When nurses turn up for their shift in this part of the hospital, it's called going for a dive. But there's no water involved. Instead, they're inside this hyperbaric chamber, which years ago was the only one in the state. Their patients are divers suffering from decompression sickness. While the illness can be difficult to diagnose, it's not difficult to treat.
When they come to get treated in the chamber, what we're giving them is actually high levels of oxygen as well as increasing the pressure.
This is where the oxygen is stored. There are 40 tanks and each one has around 8,000 litres of oxygen. The hyperbaric chamber is now at the centre of a study. Researchers will chart 15 years of retrievals of injured divers.
The initial results are showing that it's taking divers to be retrieved and taking about 30 hours as a medium to get here to Townsville once the symptom onset. The study provides an overview of how the current system is working and could also help to improve the treatment of injured divers. Hopefully we can improve the way we get divers here in a timely fashion to get treatment earlier. Georgia Simpson, 7 News.
Queenslanders are being asked to pause this Remembrance Day to honour our servicemen and women in a COVID-safe and very Aussie way. It's the perfect excuse for a backyard barbie to raise money to support our veterans.
On the 11th day of the 11th month, the nation remembers the soldiers who died in World War I. A veterans' mental health organisation is making sure COVID-19 doesn't get in the way of commemorations this year.
Swiss 8's put together a barbecue to remember. It's a campaign encouraging people to pause, remember, bring your mates together for Remembrance Day.
It's hoped to reduce social isolation and get people talking about mental health. Former Australian rugby player Wendell Saylor is one of those backing the plan.
We love the barbecue in Australia, but there's a great cause for the men and women who serve our country.
Local pubs and RSL clubs are invited to get in on the action and host their own barbecue. Funds raised will go directly towards supporting veterans or to RSLs hosting the events.
You can register a barbie at barbecuetoremember.com, or you can just rock up to your RSL on Remembrance Day and have a barbie with the RSL.
Gismond Bennell, 7 News.
We'll take a break in a moment. A boatie's whale of a tale on the Great Barrier Reef.
And the do's and don'ts for Halloween this year.
Go! Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Go without me. The only way out is to quit.
Go, go! Stop panicking.
Some weak links amongst you.
You are a liability!
Get in the water.
Down there!
Everyone has their breaking point.
Look at me. You get back on that log or you give me your number.
Make a decision now.
SAS Australia, tonight, 7:30 on 7.
My perfect bowl?
Plain cornflakes, plain cold milk.
Warm milk? Shortbread? No, not in the cornflakes. You've got to have the peaches and the bananas.
Yes, ma'am.
New tortilla pockets are ready for takeoff. And we are go!
Launching to mess-free Mexican with new tortilla pockets from Old El Paso.
Growing up in Sydney's western suburbs, he was a skinny ethnic kid with crooked teeth and no confidence.
Luckily, I had a caring family dentist. He explained how he could fix my teeth, and he did. Being able to smile with confidence changed my life. It inspired me to become a dentist. I'm Dinesh Singham from Absolutely Dental, and I'd love to help you smile again.
Book your free smile makeover consultation. Call Absolutely Dental. Visit absolutelydental.com.au.
Make your move and make it undeniably yours. The BMW 118i. $149 per week at 4.99% per annum. Business customers only. Search BMW 1 Series.
At Terry White Chemmart, we're adding real value every day with our own range of high-quality products, including pharmacy-only medicines, to give your family the best possible care at our lowest everyday prices. Real value every day at Terry White Chemmart.
New Primo microwave bacon. It's good as pan-fried. Just 30 seconds. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
New Primo microwave bacon. As good as pan-fried in 30 seconds.
When frequent heartburn kept waking me up at night, enough was enough. So I tried Nexium 24-hour.
Unlike antacids that often require multiple doses per day, Nexium 24-hour is better. Just one tablet a day can provide 24-hour protection. Live life less interrupted.
Nice having you with us on 7 News. $12,000 was raised for the Legacy Foundation over the weekend when 160 Defence Force personnel cast a line in the fishing competition at Brough Fun Park.
This year we thought that we'd include a novelty activity where we could get some of the Legacy kids involved, get them out and have a little bit of fun.
The charity supports families of Defence Force members, and this year's fundraiser will help pay for Christmas parties for Legacy widows around the country.
Well, the Queenslander has had an encounter on the Great Barrier Reef that many tourists can only dream of. An inquisitive whale shark swam right up to his boat and it was all caught on camera.
It was a surprise visit that left this boatie shocked, to say the least. Baden LeSueur was sailing from Fitzroy Island to Franklin Island in the state's far north.
It was like dead flat, crystal clear day. So I go inside the hull to make myself some lunch. And then all of a sudden I hear a splash.
When a whale shark decided to get up close and personal.
Then all of a sudden I hear a bigger splash and I'm like, God, what's going on? I've hit something.
The videographer turned his boat engine off and pulled out his camera.
Hit my rudder.
Moving into the warmer months, we do start to see them a little bit more frequently, but it's still not something you see every day or every week. It's still one of those real highlights.
And the whale shark wasn't ready to leave.
It swims back up and hits my other rudder and then swims away again.
It's probably just inquisitive of what this object is floating on the surface, and could it be potentially a friend to travel north with.
Highlighting the natural and sometimes unusual wonders of the Great Barrier Reef.
It just shows you have to be out there to see these kind of things.
Matthew Carstunen, 7 News.
Well, like most things, trick-or-treating will look a little different this Halloween as COVID puts the frighteners on any mass neighbourhood hauntings. Communal sweet bowls are still a thing, but there are a few do's and don'ts from our police for October 31.
Forget monsters and zombies. The scariest costume of 2020 is very real.
I was closed for 3 solid months because of COVID, so I decided to be COVID.
Katrina Buckney is banking on Halloween to keep her costume shop open. So far, so good.
Lots of lab coats for like Dr. COVID.
If COVID isn't scary enough, play your trump card.
He's probably our most terrifying mask in the shop.
Trick-or-treating is allowed across Queensland this All Hallows Eve. Signs can be printed from the QPS website to Run for Your Life or Enter If You Dare.
If you have young children, you should always accompany them, make sure that they're behaving responsibly, if they're not egging the neighbours' houses and things like that.
Families are warned to stay in household groups and to use hand sanitizer between bowls of treats. Queensland Health is encouraging people to individually package loose lollies.
COVID has caused the cancellation of many events this year, so people and pets are going bananas for the chance to celebrate. This year it falls on a lunar full moon, and because nobody's partied for months, everybody's coming out to play.
Halloween parties no different to any other party. There's a maximum of 40 people in your residence.
And go easy on the booze. Sophie Tetzlaff, 7 News.
OK, let's get to the SWAT at 8th, and our Maroons trained for the first time today, mate.
Yeah, they did. Brough cowboy Val Holmes was out there. As we know, he is unavailable for Game 1 next week, and a Gold Coast Titans flyer has put his hand up for that wing spot. More on that next. And the Black Hawks star closely following the NRL's pre-season bubble protocol.
What's that? How big is that thing?
Hold on to your boats.
The Megalodon was the largest shark that ever existed.
For the Monster premiere.
Chew on this, you ugly bug.
The Meg, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
You want to get a... Yes. What's been the highlight of your morning? Probably this.
What's going to happen now? You ready to have your say?
31st of October is State General Election Day. Plan the way you'll have your say. Visit ecq.qld.gov.au.
This spring, Ladbrokes is changing the way you multi, putting the power in your hands and giving you more chances to win. With our new split and blended features, load up your multi-legs with runners from the same race, and if any of them get up, you win. Get all the racing multi-combinations you want, done in one. Ladbrokes. Back yourself.
Get your woolies worth this Halloween with Mars medium 12 to 18 packs or Cadbury medium 144 to 180 gram share packs, now just $2.50 each.
That's why I pick Woolies.
Why are we getting car seat covers from Woolly Fleece?
Let me show you, son. They're hard wearing and made to last. They'll protect your seats. They're water resistant, dog resistant and kid resistant.
Just wipe clean.
And they're made to order right here at Woolly Fleece.
Days are brighter, weather's getting warmer. Spring is your time to shine. Join Queensland Country Health Fund before October 31 and you could win a $2,000 holiday prize. So spring to it with Queensland Country Health Fund. Imagine more.
Enjoy working, playing and streaming with a new 5G phone on the 5G network it deserves. Upgrade today.
Every single time the LNP have been in government in Queensland, they've cut jobs. Sure, maybe this time they'll be different. But let me tell you, 2020 ain't the year you want to take that risk. Authorised M. Clifford, Queensland Council of Unions, Brisbane.
Macca's new 100% Aussie chicken menu is here with the seriously saucy palmy burger and the fiery McSpicy. So hot, it will bring tears to your eyes. Now that's too good to keep to yourself.
Welcome back to 7 News. A potential Queensland debutant will use his childhood memories of Cowboys legend Matty Bowen in that mighty maroon as inspiration if he gets the call up to play in this year's historic series. The squad had its first proper training run down on the Gold Coast today, and it's that famous moment back in Game 1 of the 2005 series at Suncorp Stadium that Gold Coast Titan Philip Sammy won't ever forget.
The Matty Bowen intercept. I remember watching that. I didn't really watch much footy when I was young, but I remember that's one moment that, stuck with me growing up as a Queenslander.
With North Queensland cowboy Valentine Holmes to miss next Wednesday's opening game in Adelaide due to suspension, it has left a spot in Queensland's backline, and it's one Sammy would love to fill.
If the opportunity was to present itself, I'd take it with both hands. But like I said, I was just soaking in this experience.
Meanwhile, there's been reports former Cowboys forward John Asiata's management have been in discussions with the Brisbane Broncos over a possible move to Red Hill. Sticking with the league, and Blackhawks halfback Jalen Feeney is setting his sights on an NRL return, hoping another pre-season with the Cowboys can get him there faster. But until the NRL makes a call on a pre-season bubble, he's happy to indulge in some team bonding over the Hawks' Christmas break.
Jalen Feeney is clearly enjoying his footy. He'll tell anyone who will listen about the Blackhawks' undefeated, albeit shortened, season.
Obviously, we didn't play too much footy, but we finished it, 1-1, so a successful season with a 100% strike rate. Some good players that we recruited, so I think we were in for a real big year. It's a shame that we had to finish it after one game.
Now the Blackhawks face an extended break before pre-season begins again after Christmas. But Feeney has come to a fork in the road.
Hoping to get another pre-season over there at the Cows, which should be good.
The Hawks half trained with North Queensland 1 year ago and says it did wonders for his footy.
Just experience. They obviously train a bit more than us, so you're ripping in a bit more longer, and when you come back here, you're sort of that touch ahead of everyone through fitness-wise.
But a second NRL pre-season hinges on the competition's COVID bubble.
The league's biosecurity expert has advocated for a near-total relaxation of the current protocols for every team not named the Melbourne Storm. In that case, Feeney could get a run for the Cowboys. If not, well, he's more than happy to let the good times roll.
Having a year of sort of bonding just together before we're playing, you don't usually get that ever. So there's been a few team events this year and we've got to know the boys really well.
Feeney won't have to wait long to find out his fate. NRL clubs expect a bubble breakdown before their pre-season begins on November 16. Jesse Sweet, 7 News.
Townsville Fire recruit Lara McSpadden hopes a change from Sydney to North Queensland can help her become one of the WNBL's best defenders. And the emerging Opal already has a strong relationship with her new head coach.
After 4 seasons with the Sydney Flames, Lara McSpadden came to Townsville in search of a fresh start.
Work on all aspects of my game and build my confidence more and, be one of the best defenders.
And working under the watchful eye of Fire head coach Shannon Seabom was an obvious in for the crafty centre. Their relationship on court goes back to McSpadden's stint with the emerging Opals, where Seabom coached the Aussies to gold at last year's World University Games.
He holds us to really high standards, high expectations, doesn't take it when girls aren't buying in.
While the wait continues for the season draw, Seabom is expecting some selection headaches in a few weeks' time.
I can really see the vision, falling into place. It's been super competitive training like that, and that's what I mean. It's just a different level, everyone is competing hard against each other, but in the right way.
And he's impressed with their developing defensive edge.
I think we're probably a little bit further along defensively right now than what I was expecting. I think that just the girls' commitment on that side of the ball has been great.
Charmaine Mifsud, 7 News.
And let's hope Shannon and Lara can combine for more success this time at the Fire. And that's it for sport. Thanks, guys.
The Fire will be impressed by your jacket today.
Yes, looking the goods.
Yeah, right colours going there.
Yeah. Stay with us after the break. Livio has all the weather details for us.
It takes an eagle eye to spot the hidden clues and a brilliant mind to piece it all together. Inspector Morse, tonight on 7/2.
Shore Insurance was designed for regional Queensland. Our home and contents insurance automatically covers events that happen here, and we give discounts for things you've added to protect your home. Quote and save today. Shore Insurance, but fair.
This spring, Ladbrokes is changing the way you multi. With our new split and blended features, load up your multi-legs with runners from the same race, and if any of them get up, you win. Ladbrokes. Back yourself.
It's back! Hog's Breath Steak and Scallop Special. Aussie Fraser Coast scallops paired with premium Australian rib steak. Simply mouthwatering. Head to your local Aussie-owned Hogs for the sensational seafood spectacular. Limited time only.
Now's a great time to sort out your health cover with NIB.
Join any combined hospital and extras cover online by October 31 and you'll get a virtual Visa e-gift card valued up to $400. Join NIB today. It's worth it.
If I were you, I'd get a long loan. 40 years, maybe 50. Am I right? What do you think?
I think we can do better.
An Aussie broker can help you get the right home loan for right now. Go straight to Aussie.
Make your move and make it undeniably yours. The BMW 118i. $149 per week at 4.99% per annum. Business customers only. Search BMW 1 Series.
Every single time the LNP have been in government in Queensland, they've cut jobs. Sure, maybe this time they'll be different. But let me tell you, 2020 ain't the year you want to take that risk. Authorised M. Clifford, Queensland Council of Unions, Brisbane.
This spring, Ladbrokes is changing the way you multi. With our new split and blended features, load up your multi-legs with runners from the same race, and if any of them get up, you win. Ladbrokes. Back yourself.
It's back. The most amazing.
Oh, wow.
Spellbinding, incredible talent.
Absolutely brilliant.
Who will make it through to the finals?
Welcome to the finals.
New Britain's Got Talent. Thursday, 8:30 on 7.
G'day, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. Widespread thunderstorms erupted right across eastern Queensland this afternoon with multiple warnings for heavy rain and strong winds stretching from the Capricornia to the Southern Downs. If you miss out today, it's all coming back again tomorrow, so brace for more. 24-hour rainfalls. Northcote had 55 millimetres, that was the biggest. 16 mils at Ravenswood, Ayr had 12, Ingham 11 mils. Steamy conditions out there today with tops around 30 after a very warm night and humidity a healthy 69% this afternoon. On the satellite loop now, just as predicted, we saw a big band of juicy thunderstorms develop east of a trough this afternoon. You can see it's widespread, affecting the tropics. Cairns, Townsville, Mackay, all the way down to the New South Wales border has had some amount of rain, though the severe storms have really been concentrated in the southern half of the state, and it's all because of an upper level low now rather than just a trough, and it's established itself over southern New South Wales for several days now, so tomorrow we'll get the repeat performance again. Today's chart, on the surface, the main trigger is the cold front that's just hanging around southeast Queensland, around Fraser Island, connecting to a trough that's just a little way inland, and just east of that system is where the air is most volatile and rising explosively to form these big storms. Now on tomorrow's chart we get a repeat situation with a double trough, so potentially even worse, but on the outlook chart the upper level trough and the surface system move offshore, so we'll get a couple of days of breathing space. To the Weather Bureau forecast now. Boating for Townsville waters. The weather might be complicated, but at least the winds are easy. Basically northwest to northeast for the whole forecast period and never more than 15 knots. Another high tide tomorrow morning. Not a huge tide by common standards, but each daily peak is steadily rising with the approach of this weekend's full moon. The Herbert and Noah Burdekin, 40% chance of showers tomorrow. Storms could be possibly severe. Townsville, 32 degrees, another hot night. 33 for Ayr, Ingham 34. Northern Goldfields and Upper Flinders, a shower or storm in the north with Charters Towers and Georgetown reaching 35 degrees. Looking ahead for Townsville, after a quiet period on Thursday, Friday, we've got some serious heat and humidity to reckon with over the weekend, but this time it's a lot less likely to lead to storms. Looks like a promising start to the wet season with La Nina on our side at least until autumn. Let's hope for more rain without the carnage, though as we all know, you can't always have it both ways. Thanks, team.
Thanks for that, Livio. That's all from us for this Tuesday. Thanks for your company.
And a reminder, if you'd like to watch any of our news again, you can catch it on 7+. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.